So, I bought The Bad Guys in 4K last week, and after watching it 1.5 times, I feel like I can give a good review on it, and Jen did say I should make a video on this since people can buy it now, so in between other videos, here's a quick review of The Bad Guys with very minor spoilers. Thanks for the idea, Jen. In case you didn't know, DreamWorks made The Bad Guys. It is the first movie they have made in a while that wasn't like a kid's movie, Looking at You Trolls World Tour. And a lot of people were pretty skeptical because, you know, of the current state DreamWorks is going down. Borderline Illumination, basically. I mean, Illumination owns DreamWorks, so it's to be expected that they're gonna go down that path. But that's not the case with this movie. The first third of the movie is done really well. You're introduced to all of the characters you need to know, and each one of them is different and unique enough to remember. Like, quick example... I'm sorry, I'm getting over strep throat. Like, quick example, I watched Rise of the Guardians for the first time earlier this year. I completely forgot until the end that Mr. Sandman was even in the movie. That's how forgettable he was for me. That was not the case for The Bad Guys. I remembered every character because of how unique and diverse they are. The second bit is also done really well. We get a lot of foreshadowing and setup to later parts of the movie. There's a twist villain I did not expect and was done very well in subverting my expectations. And speaking of, the final third is wonderful. This movie subverted my expectations in good ways. You can tell DreamWorks had their best with this movie, not only in terms of story, but with CGI and voice acting, because man, this movie looks and sounds amazing. I'd say it's right underneath Into the Spider-Verse in terms of amazing animation. If you have the resources to watch this movie in 4K, do it. It looks so good and is more than worth it. I could watch this movie 10 times and still find great detail in it. I liked also, going off script for a second, that they did the standard like 2.39:1 movie ratio instead of making it full screen like a lot of modern animated movies to give it more of a cinematic and realistic feel because it actually feels like a real movie, not just an animated movie. I enjoyed that with Toy Story 4 and I enjoy it with The Bad Guys. The voice acting is top-notch, too. Sam Rockwell is amazing in any movie or show he's in. All I hear with my eyes closed is the cellmate in The Green Mile and Vic from F is for Family whenever Wolf talks. I can't remember the name of the last dragon from Raya and the Last Dragon. I was gonna say Rize, but that's the purple-haired girl from Tokyo Ghoul whose voice actor I met. That's not the last dragon. But she's Miss Tarantula, and I loved her role in this movie much more than in Raya. I love the voice actor for the shark. Hot Tub Time Machine is still an awesome movie to watch. I don't really have much to say about the snake. I did enjoy his portrayal of the snake and the snake's, like, role in the movie. I can't really say anything about the piranha, though. Like, fart humor isn't really my thing, but I'm glad DreamWorks did not go to the Illumination level of, like, fart jokes. I'm glad they didn't go to that extent, because I was really worried they did. Thankfully, they didn't. I could go on all day about how wonderfully delivered all the lines and voice acting is in this movie, so I'll just say it's all amazing. There's a lot of scenes I liked in the movie too, a lot I can't give away, so I'll go over the scenes I liked without spoilers in them. The Good Boy scene is amazing and is done so well. Any scene the gerbil is in is amazing no matter what it's about. You can't go wrong with Wallace's voice actor. Jerry and Soul also proved that. The twist villain was done so well, and the signs that the bad guys do have some good in them was done and executed, again, very well. I enjoyed the character development between Wolf and Diane. Wolf's narration does very well to keep the immersion. Not everybody is looking at you when he talks directly to you, and everyone acts like he isn't doing it, so even the narrating is done wonderfully, and don't even get me started on the final third again. Really don't, I'd spoil too much. It's amazing, needless to say. If there was any nitpick I had with the movie, it'd probably be one line from Miss Tarantula, and even then, that is a very small nitpick. Basically, Miss Tarantula says that they learn what they do from mostly YouTube, and being someone that does YouTube as a side hobby and has for the past 9 years, it bugged me because if Miss Tarantula actually did do that, almost nothing she did would have worked because dislikes are no longer visible and will disappear soon, along with comments in the near future. You can't trust what's on YouTube. YouTube has strangled itself for the sake of corporate greed, and they don't want good content on their platform anymore. They just want sterile, soulless content.
Bronze.
What?
You're ranting about YouTube again.
You're right, I'm sorry. I just hate seeing something I loved ruin itself. I try not to rant about Nintendo as much as I already do in videos. So, yeah, it's a very minor nitpick, and YouTube did have dislikes when this movie was being made, so I can easily pass that. Aside from that, though, I can't find one major complaint about this movie. It's overall a wonderful animated movie and one of DreamWorks' best, especially over the last decade. If I were to rate the bad guys, it's kind of hard, but I'd give it a 9.9 out of 10. Normally, I do 0.5 or round up with reviews, but this movie is so good, I have to give it a 9.9. I wouldn't say it's a 10. It's right there, though, so take it as you will. Either way, I'd highly recommend watching this movie. I hope it gets Animated Movie of the Year, but everyone knows it's gonna lose to Lightyear because of that one scene that caused it to bomb that will still get it the award because of course it will. Not shitting on the LGBTQ people, though. I want to make that specific. If you want to learn more about the whole scene that ruined Lightyear and caused it to bomb and such, just look into it yourself. I don't think, personally, it would ruin the whole movie, but I can see how it made the movie bomb. Aside from that, though, I hope you guys enjoy...
Bronze.
What?
Aren't you forgetting that one thing that made people not like this movie? That the movie had nothing to do with?
Okay. Just because there's a bunch of not safe for work of the characters doesn't mean I take it away from the movie. You think people are gonna find my channel bad when people draw not safe for work?